The importance of learning this subject is we were able to describe the meaning of computer system, which is one of the main knowledge in this subject. Second, we will also be able to describe the structure and function of computer, which is the way how each component or unit of computer communicate. Thus, learning this subject will taught that each component has their own function and correlate to each other in order to make the computer system work. Other than that, we could classify the computer, which is microcomputer system, mini computer system, mainframe, and supercomputer by learning this subject. Next, we'll know the evolution and history of computers, which is developing from first generation till fifth generation. By learning this subject, we can organize a structure in computer which we could apply in any task that related to computer system. With the knowledge, we could develop a new idea or even technologies that will help to resolve a problem such as machine and robotic. Hence, we'll be able to balance performance, efficiency of computers development. There is four main component or unit of computer, which is input, main memory, central processing unit, and system interconnection. First, input and output. Its work is to move data and information between computer and external environment. Input device a piece of hardware that get raw data into the computer and ready for processing. Processing involves taking raw data and turning it into useful information. Input device fall into two categories, manual and automatic. An example for manual input device is keyboard and a mouse, while for automatic is barcode reader and optical character reader. Output device are piece of hardware that send usable information out of the computer. For example, monitor and a speaker. Second main component is main memory. The main memory in a computer is called random access memory. It's also known as RAM. This is the part of the computer that store operation system software application, and other informations that need to be kept in computer. Next, central processing unit or CPU, which considered as the brain of the computer. CPU perform all the type of data processing operation. It store data, intermediate result, and instruction. The last component in the list is system interconnection. System interconnection is direct connection of two or more IT systems for the purpose of sharing data and other information resource. For example, system interconnection is like a pipe that connects two systems. This is the main component of computer.
Next, I will share my reflection about computer function. As we know, a function of computer is taking data and instruction from a user, processing the data as per instruction, and displaying or storing the processed data. These functions are also known as the input, process, output, and storage function respectively. First, input function and device. A computer is data processing machine. It does nothing until a user or a script or a program provide the data that needs to be processed, and the instruction tell how to do process data. The most common input device are the keyboard and mouse. Almost all modern computers have this device. Other common input devices are scanners, microphones, USB drive, and webcams. Number 2. Process function and device. In this function, the computer processes the received data according to the instruction. To process the input data according to instruction, the computer uses a CPU. As we know, a CPU is the main processing component of computer. Number 3. Output function and device. Aside from monitor, a variety of output devices are also available. Each output device presents the process data in a different form. For example, a monitor, a printer, and a speaker. And the last thing is storage function and device. These functions allows us to save the process data for later use. To store data and information in a computer use two types of storage component, for example, temporary storage and permanent storage.
I want to describe how to know the computer classification and separate the usage. There are 4 computer classification, which are microcomputer system, mini computer, mainframe, and supercomputer. Microcomputer was introduced on 1970 based on microprocessor technology. For mini computer, it's able to execute arithmetic function and basic logic and supports number of programming language for enormous computer. Its size is smaller than a mainframe and it's suitable for the processing task and doesn't need a huge data access. Thirdly, it was mainframe. It's bigger than mini computer and very suitable to operate the gigantic database, which needs a central management. It's always used by big company and government. Last but not least, it was supercomputer, the highest processing capability. It was able to execute millions of instructions per second. It's suitable for huge calculation, for example, aerospace and nuclear.
Evolution of computer before 1914. Abacus counting device created in 3000 BD at Babylon. Jas Napier-Bonds created in 1614 by Jas Napier. Pascaline machine created in 1644 by Blaise Pascal. Babbage deforestation machine created by Charles Babbage in 1821. Babbage analytical engine created in 1840 by Charles Babbage. After 1914, Mark I created by Charles Babbage in 1821. Created in 1941 by Dr. Howard Aiken in conjunction with IBM. ENIAC created in 1946 by J. Presper Aker and John W. Munchie of the University of Pennsylvania. It used until 1955. Von Neumann or Turing used the concept of an embedded code complete in 1952 for computer generation. Generation computer 1 is vacuum tube. Generation 2 transistor. For generation 3 is integrated circuit ICS. Generation 4 is microprocessor, and for generation 5 is artificial intelligence.